It's still at the Piecing It Back Together event. You want to introduce yourself? Because this is one of the artists. He has art in the show, but I'll show it to you later.
Yeah. Yeah, good words. Yeah, my name's Trae Brooks, artist from, I'll just say like Hartford area, because that's where I base most of my work out of.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also a gallery associate at right here at Workspace.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how long have you been here?
Since February.
Okay.
So as a part-timer since February, and then I've also been one of their main artists, as well as you like that one, Stacey? As well as just kind of helping install shows and whatnot. So yeah,
okay.
That's what I've been.
So I noticed you have paint, and you also have a piece that has like wire on it.
So I have a few. Yeah. So my background is in painting.
Okay.
But nowadays I do mainly metal sculpture.
Okay.
So I pretty much take like scrap metal and kind of just like weld them together and assemble like figures and just arrange like different forms and stuff like that.
Got you.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into the metal sculpting?
So I got into it because I'm a member at Makerspace CT in Hartford,
Okay.
which is like a place where it's mostly geared towards kind of trade professionals and just like workshops where you can kind of go in and learn, like real basic like woodworking, metalworking,
Okay.
CAD programming and stuff like that. So they offer like programs, courses, memberships and stuff. So, and I got involved with them like around 2020.
Okay.
So I took a few welding courses there just because I figured it'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then since then, I've kind of, I've more or less co-opted the space as like my little personal studio, as well as me and like a couple other artists that do other like metal work and woodwork and like sculptural stuff. So yeah, so it's really like a haven for kind of like tradespeople, artists, like similar to like here, like people trying to start their business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like almost like a multi-purpose like space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So overall, with your art, what's the type of message that you're trying to portray with it?
Sort of, even though I hate the term political art, it's like it mainly gears towards like social issues.
Okay.
Like I'm always kind of making work, I guess that's in kind of response to like what's been happening lately, and just like having work that kind of reflects the times a little bit.
Okay.
But also having it to where it can kind of exist outside of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The main thing that I'm trying to achieve in my work is have like a timelessness appeal to it, where it can exist like 2022, but then also can look back and have it exist in other points in time as well.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what are your long-term goals for your art?
I think long-term goals is mainly just to hopefully get gallery representation at some point.
Okay.
And just kind of expand more internationally. I mean that's kind of been like the biggest goal, and like happy to say that I'm fortunate enough to where it's I'm taking like steps towards those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as getting gallery representation, like what does that look like? What's that process?
So it's funny because I'm asking myself that very same question.
Oh, yeah.
But it's basically just being able to showcase work and sell work in a commercial gallery, and just being able to kind of effectively live off of the work.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
So
yeah.
you wouldn't consider yourself to be a full-time artist right now?
I would still say I am.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that I've also have other things that kind of preoccupy my time. But usually whenever I introduce myself, like first and foremost, I always say I'm an artist.
Gotcha.
Just because like you can see it on me basically.
Yeah.
It's just how I present myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you working on right now?
Getting myself ready for a couple of shows. One that's gonna be down in Westport,
Okay.
CT, like along the coast, just showing a couple pieces there. I'm going to be doing another, I guess, like pop-up show in upstate New York in December.
Okay.
And then I'm getting ready for my next, I guess, solo exhibition in Hartford.
Okay.
That the public library, part of their art walk series.
Yeah,
so that'll be in February.
February?
Yeah.
So do you know the dates for the other shows as well? Like, go ahead and shout them out, man.
Right now they're a bit tentative. I know for Westport, the Westport one, that's in November.
Okay.
So, and then I usually like keep people up to date on IG, just to like let them know like, hey, I'm gonna be down, or I'm gonna be showing this place. So yeah, definitely give me a follow on Instagram, and you'll be able to keep up to date. And I'm trying to update my website to where it's like I can kind of streamline, just let people know like, hey, I'm gonna be here, or like I have a show at this venue, stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, then in that case, shout out your Instagram so people can follow you.
Follow me on IG. My name, Trae's Art, TRAES, and then just art, and then I should pop up.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So this is your puzzle piece for the Piecing It Back Together event. So I just want you to go ahead and go through it and explain what it means.
Sure. So I guess I can just start with like my thought process when I was making the piece, because basically the whole idea of the puzzle piece was like, something that brings people joy. Okay. Effectively, that was like the main theme of like how we present or what we make out of the piece. And like, admittedly, I was having kind of a hard time trying to figure out like what to make. So my process it's very even when it comes to painting, it's a very physical process where like it was originally just a blank piece, and then I kind of laid it on the floor.
Yep.
And then I start taking like just different, and you can see it here, which I took different paints and just like kind of like threw them down.
Yep.
Took like a mop and just started like kind of swishing around the paint. So and then even just like got down all fours and started like literally moving the paint with my hands, stuff like that. So that's usually my process when it comes to painting, especially if I don't have like an idea readily available, where I kind of just work with the painting, if that makes sense. Okay. And then from there, that's when I was just like, oh yeah, this kind of reminds me of like how, because like basically the figures in this piece is myself, and then these are my two cousins. Okay. So then as I was kind of, I guess, building the background, it kind of brought back memories of like just being a kid and just like playing with my cousins and stuff. So I was like, and then I remembered I had an old photo of like three of us that I guess like one of our relatives took. Yeah. So I was just like, oh yeah, it'd be kind of cool if like I just like basically make that be the piece, because I always work with figures. Okay. So I always, even if it's just like weird abstract like forms of the background, I always have to go back and just be like, there needs to be like a face, or I need to attach a face to this, like, I guess chaos, if you want to call it. Okay. Something recognizable. Yep. So like that's pretty much like my process in a nutshell, where a lot of it's just like me searching for the figures. Okay. Yeah. And how long did it take you to finish this piece? Altogether, really only like a few hours. Okay. Yeah, because like that's another thing where, especially when it's like large scale canvas or pieces, I tend to work very, I guess, quickly. It's like very much like in the moment, like shut off, or block out all distraction, turn off brain basically, and just throw yourself into the canvas. Got you. And then sometimes in my works, like I like to put like little quotes or just like things that I'm thinking about. Like stream, almost like in rapping where it's just like, or like freestyling where it's just stream of consciousness. Okay. So then I think this was actually it was a quote from Childish Gambino from one of his songs. Okay. This is something that I wrote just like from what I was thinking. This will always be those kids at heart. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving me a minute, interviewing me. That's it, man. Word. Catch you on the next one. Okay, guys. Thank you.